After the lightning strike, my childhood best friend and I woke up. He was the obsessive, borderline psychotic male side character. I was the ruthless, manipulative female side character. In other words, we were the story's villains. In the original narrative, after failing to win the protagonist's hearts, he framed the hero, and I tormented the heroine. Now we were both exhausted, too tired for schemes or heartbreak. So we made a mutual decision. We just ate each other. Spare everyone the drama. At our engagement party, the stoic hero and his sweet, infuriating girlfriend cornered us, eyes blazing. Why? They demanded. Asher and I were the epitome of bored, privileged kids. He was hopelessly devoted to Lily, the brilliant scholarship student who barely noticed him. I was obsessively fixated on Connor, the ice-cold CEO. I'd even tried to drug him once. That night, a storm shook the city. I had cornered Connor in his office, leaning in for a kiss. His lips were so close. I could feel the tension in the air. Then he shoved me away, brushed off his jacket, and sneered. "You're pathetic, Sloane. Leave." I froze, stunned, while Asher was outside, drenched from a thunderstorm, having just been rejected by Lily again. His offer to pay her tuition had backfired spectacularly. "Stop trying to buy me, Asher. I will never like you." When I pulled up to him, soaking wet myself, he launched into his pitiful story. Somehow hearing him made me feel a little better. "God," I said, "you look like a drowned rat." He smirked. "And you look like the psycho they just kicked out of the party." Oh, perfect match. We stared at each other. A thunderclap split the sky, and lightning struck the sidewalk right between us, thrown backward. The last thing I remember yelling was, "What the hell did you do to tick off God, and why am I going down with you?" I woke up in a hospital bed with a strange, unwelcome realization. I wasn't just me. I was now Sloane. The vicious best friend from some lowbrow romance novel, my job, make the heroine miserable, and Asher, the deranged male side character hopelessly obsessed with her, eventually kidnapping her only to be killed by the hero. My ending was even worse. Connor, the hero, had me committed to a high-security asylum for crimes I didn't commit. Eventually, I burned my room down and died. Cold sweat ran down my back. Note to self, steer clear of Connor forever. I turned my head. Asher lay in the bed beside me, sleeping like an angel. Seriously, long lashes, flawless features, the whole K-pop idol look, but with the brain of a lemming, hopelessly chasing a girl who despised him. I tried to sneak away, but he grabbed my wrist, eyes wide. "Sloane, weren't you supposed to be burned to death?" I gawked. "Wait, you know you're a character too?" He looked around confused. "Did I get sent back too?" We stared, thinking the same thing. What an idiot. Then the door flew open. My dad and his mom rushed in, both crying. His mother grabbed my father's arm. "Robert, I knew it. They've been best friends since birth. Lightning couldn't keep them apart." My dad nodded, tears streaming. The psychic was right. Fate brought them together. The moment we signed the engagement papers, they stabilized. A miracle. I blinked. "Excuse me, what?" Apparently, while we were in the ICU, both of us were hanging on by a thread. Our parents panicked and, in typical rich family fashion, rushed to consult their very expensive spiritual advisor. The advisor told them our souls were tangled in some catastrophic way. If we were not formally bound in this lifetime, our shared bad karma would take us out together. So, while Asher and I were unconscious, our families had lawyers draw up an engagement contract, and since we woke up, everyone decided the guru had been right. Asher looked at me with a blank expression. "So what are we supposed to do now?" I stared at the ridiculous diamond ring on my finger. What choices do we have? I am the villain in this story. Whatever I do, I still lose. He gave a small smirk. Or, hear me out, we actually follow through with it. We avoid bothering the hero and heroine. We can just annoy each other instead. A spark went off in my brain. He was right. Connor already hated the ground I walked on. Why waste my time? If I stuck with Asher, maybe I could even make it to the end of the book without being burned alive. I grabbed his hand. "Asher, you absolute genius." He immediately paled. "Sloane, I was joking. I see you like a sister. I do not feel that way about you." My irritation flared. I climbed onto his bed, straddling him and pushing him back against the pillows. I leaned down until our noses nearly touched. "Are you sure?" I whispered. My fingers traced the front of his shirt, slipping lower until they rested near the top of his jeans. His breath hitched. His voice came out low. "Sloan, stop messing around." Then I felt the twitch under my hand. I burst out laughing and climbed off him. "See, you feel something." Asher darted into the bathroom, probably to take a cold shower. I grabbed my phone the second the door closed and snapped a picture of the ring at Sloan Official. "Tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. marrying this idiot at Asher_working." My notifications exploded. "Congratulations! Is this a meme? Since when did this happen?" I was replying with random smiley emojis when a new message appeared from Connor. "My do not answer contact." A single question mark. Another message followed. "Sloan, what kind of stunt are you pulling now?" He was the protagonist in the original story. I probably should not have picked a fight. "Getting married tomorrow," I replied with a smiley. "You should come," he responded instantly. "Is this your idea of fun, Sloan?" The bathroom door opened. Asher walked out with damp hair and water sliding down his neck and chest. For some reason, he looked sharper than usual, almost dangerous. I blinked. I had known him for 20 years. Since when did he look attractive? He tapped my forehead. "Why are you staring?" My face warmed. "Nothing, just texting." He glanced at my screen and his expression darkened. He snatched my phone. "I thought we were getting married. Why are you texting him?" He lifted the phone out of my reach. I jumped for it. "Give it back." He laughed and held it higher. "Not until you kiss me." "Asher, we are friends. That is weird." Before I could snatch it again, my phone began ringing. It was Connor. He was actually calling. Asher hit decline. "Fine," I snapped. I lunged forward to kiss his cheek, but he turned his head at the last second. We collided instead. His lips split. Blood appeared right away. He looked at me, then slowly licked the blood from his lip. The sight was unexpectedly hot. "Sloan," he said, "why do you bite everything? Are you part dog?" My heart thudded painfully in my chest. "I did not mean to." "I am sorry." The reality hit me. I had spent my whole life chasing Connor like a maniac. I had never actually kissed anyone properly. Asher, still hung up on Lily, was just as inexperienced. Two disasters, both 25, neither knowing the first thing about kissing. So, how did people even do this? We practiced for hours. By sunset, we had some rhythm. My arms were draped around his neck, his hands settled at my waist, and the tension was rising. I pushed him away. "Okay, practice is over." He was breathing hard in the dim light. "Sloan, who cares about tomorrow? Let's just go Vegas right now." His intensity made me hesitate. "Asher, this is fast." He went cold. "If this were Connor, you'd already be at the airport, right?" If it were the old me, yes, but the new me was curious about surviving to chapter 30. He must have sensed my hesitation because his voice dropped dangerously. "Sloan, forget him." I almost gave in, then remembered Lily. "And you. Can you forget her?" For years he had been obsessed. He didn't answer. I sighed, turning to leave. His hand shot out, grabbed my wrist, and before I could react, he lifted me onto the glass coffee table, magazines scattering across the floor. "Sloan," he whispered, hot breath at my ear. "Let's try again." His face was so close I could see every detail, the tiny mole under his eye catching the moonlight. "Sloan, can I?" His voice was low and rough. I don't know why, but I nodded. This kiss wasn't practice. It was firm, insistent, and demanding. I melted into it, fingers tangling in his hair. His hand traced at my back, slipping under my shirt. "Ding dong?" He ignored it. I froze, suddenly sober. "Asher, the door." "Forget it," he murmured, pressing a kiss into my neck. The doorbell rang again and again aggressively. I shoved him off. "Go check it." He pulled me close, eyes blazing. "You're my fiancé, you're not hiding." He straightened his shirt, fastened mine, and smiled, ready to face the guests. "Darling!" The door swung open, and I froze. It was Lily, wet, miserable, clutching a thermos. "Asher, I heard you were in the hospital. I brought soup." This wasn't in the book. She never cared before. Asher barely glanced at her. I'm fine. She finally looked at me behind him, eyes widening. Then she noticed the hickeys on my neck and the scratch on his cheek. The thermos slipped from her hands, soup splattering everywhere. You two, she whispered. You slept together? Just then, the elevator chimed. Connor stormed out, face stormy. He didn't glance at Lily. He saw me, saw Asher, saw the marks, and grabbed Asher by the shirt, slamming him against the wall. You touched her. Connor, calm and controlled. Losing his temper? Never. He was the Ice King. I had risked everything for him, thrown myself in danger, saved his company, even taken a literal knife for him, and he had never reacted like this. He was jealous. He drew back his fist. Asher blocked it. What's wrong, Connor? Asher laughed. Connor's eyes were red. How could you? That's enough, I shouted. Asher's expression morphed into wounded puppy. Sloan, he's hurting me. This psycho! I stepped forward and shoved Connor hard. Hands off my fiancé. Connor stumbled, shocked. Sloan, you're defending him. You said you loved me. Grow up, Connor. I said a lot of things. All those years I had chased you. I humiliated myself, begged investors for your failing company, drank myself sick just to save your face. Your response? I don't need your help, Sloan. When a rival tried to stab you at a gala, I shielded you. Your response? Nice performance, but you're still not getting in my bed. Now I'm done. He's my fiancé, Connor. Show some respect. Respect for him. Yes, Asher said, looping an arm around my waist. I'm her fiancé and your new boss, FYI. I blacked out for a moment. Connor looked as though he'd been slapped. It was you, the hostile takeover, the anonymous investor. It was you. I remembered. When his company was collapsing and my own money wasn't enough, I had turned to Asher crying. He just listened. Why do you even like him, Sloan? I don't know. I had sobbed. Why do you like Lily? He had just looked out the window. When you like someone, you just want to know how they feel about Lily. No, he said. Not her. I'll handle it, he had added. The next day, Connor's company received $1 billion infusion from an anonymous source. I never connected the dots. Connor got a call. Another office crisis. He had to leave. Sloan, don't make a mistake you'll regret, he said. The second he left, Asher turned to me. Sloan, he hurt me. Where? I asked, scanning his face. I don't see anything. He grinned, leaned in, and kissed me. All better now. When? When did you two get together? Lily asked, still standing in her puddle of soup. Asher glared. Why are you still here? You two, you toy with people, don't you? She said, voice shaking. Connor loved you for so long. He built a whole island resort. He was going to propose. He was waiting. She shot Asher. Look, and you, I told you I wanted you. I didn't care about the money and you just threw me away. Lily fled in tears. My mind could not keep up. Connor in love with me. Asher only chuckled, scooped me into his arms, and carried me toward the bed. Now, where were we? He teased. I shoved him off. Stop. Boss Island. What exactly is happening? She made it up, he insisted. She wants to stir trouble. And you, I asked, that investment, was that really for me? He rubbed the back of his neck. I was trying to impress you. You were always thinking about him. I figured if I bought out his project, maybe you would finally notice me. I stared at him. You are unbelievable. You are my fiancé, he said, and he works for me. Everything is in order? Asher. Where are you going? He asked, trailing after me. I will follow you. Husband follows the wife. That is tradition. Just as he spoke, a violent memory that did not feel like my own tore through my mind. He only wants to use you. You are convenient. Pain shot through my skull. My knees buckled. Everything went dark. I woke in my own room. My mother pressed a cool cloth to my forehead. Honey, are you all right? The doctor says it is stress. If this engagement is too much for you, we can stop everything. I shook my head. No, I need this. Being with Asher meant safety. It kept me far from the fate I feared most. It was the rational choice. But you used to love Connor. I am done with him, Mom. That night, Madison helped me into my dress for the engagement party. Sloane, this fits you exactly. There's no way he guessed this on the first try. You two definitely had something going on before. We only started recently, I muttered. She groaned. He has liked you since we were children. You are the only one who did not notice. What are you talking about? He liked Lily? Sloane, she said, you are brilliant but blind. He never watched Lily. He only watched you. The party began without Asher. My phone rang. I answered sharply, Asher, where are you? Everyone is waiting. Silence. Then a different voice. Sloane, it is me. Connor, what did you do? Where is he? He will not be there, Connor replied. Cancel the party. If you hurt him, Connor, I swear he is unharmed. If you want to see him, come to this location. The place was a private island connected by a narrow road. Pink blossoms covered the trees. Balloons with my name floated in the air. This had been meant for a proposal. Connor waited near a fire pit. Sloane, I knew you would come. Where is Asher? Delayed. He said gently. Sloane, I love you. I stared at him, unable to speak. I was foolish. I see that now. My pride, my temper, and I remember everything. What do you mean? Our last life. The fire. I caused it. I only wanted to frighten you. I did not mean for it to go that far. I was furious. You loved someone else. I am sorry. This time we can make it right. He stepped closer. I was never in love with Lily. It was always you. You have lost your mind, I whispered. You sound exactly like the villain from that book. I am not the villain, he snapped. I am the hero and you are my partner. No, I am marrying Asher. You are not, he shouted. You belong with me. He locked me inside a guest house. He brushed his fingers along my cheek. I jerked away. Sloane, you must see it. You are only marrying him to hurt me. You still love me. I despise you, I said. You are weak, selfish, nothing like Asher. His voice cracked. He is not here. Does it matter? Then Asher's phone left on a nearby table lit up. The lock screen was a photo from graduation. I was laughing, holding my diploma. Asher stood beside me, smiling, but his eyes were not on the camera. They were on me. He had cared. He had cared for years. Rage surged. What did you do to him? I screamed, hurling the phone. Sloane, Connor whispered. I just want you to love me the way you used to. I will never love you. I'm going to marry Asher? You cannot, he choked out. Why not? Because in your version of fate, I am supposed to die in a fire because you think you belong with Lily. You are pitiful. You had the perfect girl and threw her away because you wanted the difficult one. Now you end up with neither. Sloane, stop. No one cares about you, Connor. You are a monster. Something inside him broke. His hands clamped around my throat. You love me, he hissed. You are mine. My vision blurred. His voice echoed through the dim tunnel in my head. You are mine. Everything slipped away. I woke up beneath hospital lights. My mother and Madison were at my bedside. Sloane's sweetheart. Thank goodness. My throat burned. Where is Asher? They exchanged a bewildered glance. Who is Asher? Mom asked. Asher King, my best friend, my fiancé. Madison felt my forehead. Sloane, your neighbor is Alex. He is a kid. There is no Asher. Connor kidnapped me. He took Asher. Sloane, yes. Connor abducted you. He has been arrested. They will not let him out. But Asher, we have never met him. Lily asked Lily. She saw him. I tracked Lily down at a coffee shop. She was in an apron looking pale and tired. I had heard she dropped out. Sloane, what are you doing here? Lily, you have to remember him. Asher, the guy who used to follow you around. The one who was in my apartment. She stared at me blankly. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have never been to your place. We do not even know each other like that. You are rich. I am just me. But Asher, is that Mandarin? Sloane, are you all right? No one remembered him. Not Lily, not my family, no one. I went back to the island. The strange little shrine Connor had built was already gone. I combed the area anyway. Nothing. Just as I was ready to give up, I spotted something small in the grass. A 4-leaf clover. The memory flashed. the photo from his lock screen. I had been holding a bouquet of these. He was real. I ripped through every corner of the island until I found a loose stone. Under it, hidden in the dirt, lay a phone smashed. I took it straight to a data recovery expert. Please find anything you can. A week later, he handed it back. The phone itself is destroyed, but the SIM card survived. The photos are intact. They're on this drive. I plugged it in. Image after image filled the screen. Me in class, me asleep at my desk, me at graduation, and the photo that used to be on his lock screen. Hundreds of photos. Proof he had existed. He was real. I dreamed I was standing before a mirror. My reflection moved first, her mouth forming words I had not spoken. Still searching for him, aren't you? What did you do to him? Me? Nothing, the reflection replied. He is the one who made choices. He's a player, Sloane. He was never reborn. He came from somewhere else. My stomach lurched. What are you talking about? He was on assignment. In the first timeline, his target was Lily. He failed and died. In this one, he picked you. No, he needed you to fall for him. He nudged your past life memories awake so you would turn against Connor. He set every domino in place. Even the engagement. That was his victory condition. He completed the mission, earned his reward, and returned to where he came from. You are lying. He loved me, or he played the role well. He's a tool, Sloane, and he used you. The mirror shattered behind her words, and I woke gasping. My body jerked upright, shaking with cold shock. It had all been a trick. Every moment, every feeling. I reached for the lamp, and my fingers brushed something warm. Someone warm. I screamed and flailed instinctively. Ow, Sloane, stop hitting me. I froze, snapped on the light. Asher sat there in my bed, clutching his head like a wounded animal. Bad nightmare, he asked carefully. I pointed at him with a shaking finger. You are a player. You vanished. You returned to your world. His eyes widened. How did you even figure that out? And no, I did not go back home. I was transferred into another world, a half-written one. The author abandoned it. Everything felt hollow, empty, wrong. He exhaled and pulled me into his arms. None of it was real, he breathed, except you. His face pressed into my neck, warm and exhausted. Thank goodness, he murmured. My wife is real. He lay back, tugging me with him. His smile held none of his usual sharpness, just relief. Sloane, it is still the middle of the night. Come on, sleep. I let myself sink against him. Real or not, he whispered, if you are with me, I am fine. And I finally let myself believe it.